Ni hao from Qingdao. Technically my first coastal city ever here in China, and I am living for it. So if you guys are just joining, I am actually on my third city of my, hello. Hi. I'm on my third city of my Embassy of China in Canada press trip. Very grateful to be here because of them. And we are here in this city primarily because Qingdao is a huge innovation city. So unfortunately, I won't be seeing a lot of, of the tourist attractions. We're actually here in the main one, which is like the boardwalk near downtown, but primarily this video will be on the incredible tech companies that they have here in the city and giving you guys an inside look that you very likely wouldn't be able to have on your own. So if that sounds good to you, join me in learning more about this amazing city. So before we get to exploring the unique companies we got to visit, let me give you a little bit of background about Qingdao. This is a fairly large city in China with a metro population of approximately 6 million people that sits on the central east coast of the country. Qingdao is a major seaport and naval base, as well as being a strong commercial and financial center. It is also the home of Qingdao beer, which is probably China's most recognized beer brand internationally, but we'll get to that later. In 1984, the Chinese government named the district of Qingdao a special economic and technology development zone, and ever since then there has been so many innovative companies setting up home here, as well as a unique cooperation project like the Sino-German Eco Park. If you didn't know, Qingdao was actually occupied by the German Empire between 1898 and 1914, so that left a big influence on the city, and the two countries still have some commercial projects together, like this eco park. We were able to tour their main facilities and learn all about their development of creating infrastructure with more low carbon and sustainable development. As you'll see throughout the video, there is a very big push in a lot of Chinese companies to use more renewable energy sources to power their projects, making it better for the environment and people's quality of life if we're talking in terms of pollution management. So the first two companies that we visited are some of the biggest home appliance and electronic brands in China. They also happen to be rivals, which is Haier and Hisense. Let's begin with Haier. This company was founded in 1984 as a refrigerator company, but then moved on to sell other appliances like air conditioners, washing machines, and ovens. The company developed a very strong reputation both domestically and internationally, and have now acquired many other brands under its name like Leader, Candy, and GE appliances. They've also branched out into more electronics like computers and television. Overall, the products they showed us were very impressive. I especially liked the washing machine that had 3 different compartments, so you could separate your delicates or your whites and wash it all at the same time. I thought that was super cool. And they also had a closet that automatically somehow steamed your clothes so they wouldn't have any wrinkles. Now moving on to Hisense, this is a Chinese company that was established in 1969, and their main product is televisions. Of course, they have many other home appliances like air conditioners, dishwashers, and laundry units, but most surprising to me is they had other technology in things like semiconductors, LED chips, and a wide range of medical supplies. It was very interesting to tour their intelligent operating room that had technology that I had never seen before. Basically, it gives surgeons more precise views to organs and a person's vitals as they operate, obviously increasing positive results for patients. They also have a lot of projects in smart building solutions that many cities across China are already using for their transport, government, and housing management. Lastly, I will say that their TVs truly are remarkable and were the best quality picture that I have ever seen. The technology they have for high definition, projection, and color is truly unparalleled. So I knew they made a lot of beer in China, and actually I get to give you guys a little brewery tour here in Qingdao. But did you know that they also make wine? Wine here in China is kind of like coffee to me here in China. I thought they didn't make it, but actually in Yunnan province they do make coffee, and here in Qingdao they also have wineries. Welcome to Chateau Huadong Perry, which was actually founded by a British expat named Michael Perry in 1985. It is considered to be one of the leading wineries in the country, producing a wide selection of grapes. They do offer tours of the grounds that are open to the public, and I would highly recommend doing a tasting at their in-house restaurant. I especially like their Cabernet Sauvignon, but their Chardonnay was also very good. I was a bit confused when we pulled up to our lunch spot for the day, because to me it appears to be a castle or a grand hotel of some kind, but apparently our lunch spot, Qingdao Seafood City, is inside of here. So this is definitely one of the bigger buffets that I have ever been at. There's like 5 different stations, I think, and it isn't just seafood, even though seafood, as you can see, is the main specialty that they have here. A lot of stuff that I've definitely never tried before, but they also have a lot of, you know, other foods if you're not a seafood person but your friends are. Oh my gosh, they even have a chocolate fountain. Oh, hi! I think they have a lot of different kind of desserts to choose from. Got ice cream, got different kinds of cakes. Now, as we head to our next stop of the day, I wanted to mention another element that makes Qingdao a very special city. It is home to the Jiaju Bay Bridge, which is one of the longest overwater bridges in the world. Spanning 41 kilometers in total, its longest continuous segment over the water is 26 kilometers. This incredible bridge transects Jiaju Bay, which reduces travel time between the two bay districts by half an hour. But speaking of other incredible technological feats that can be found in this city, the next place we went was possibly the one that impressed me the most: Qianwan Container Terminal. This was Asia's first fully automated container terminal and is still one of the most advanced in the world. Of course, there is still a number of human employees making sure that all the port functions are working correctly, but as you will see, most of the machinery is moving on its own with no humans in sight. Watching all of the machines move around on their own, and the fact that it can accommodate 24,000 TEU container vessels absolutely blew my mind. The way that it works is the terminal is controlled by laser scanners and positioning systems, so it is able to accurately clamp on and move containers to their allocated location. The automated vehicles are programmed with specific routes and also utilize AI technology to recognize when a charge is needed. This allows the terminal to work basically 24/7, thus increasing productivity, all while greatly reducing the human labor force. This is crazy, guys. Like, I'm obviously not a, mechanical engineer by any stretch, or just well versed in this industry in general. But the fact that something like this already exists, the fact that there are so many moving parts that I'm seeing with my own eyes, that obviously, yeah, they do not have a person operating it, and it's this one, AI brain that is controlling it, with, of course, the help of people to a certain extent. But it is just insane what they have allowed technology to do. whether you like it or hate it, like, this is the future, right? As much as some people say they want to bring back manufacturing, you know, to their countries and employ lots of people and give them good jobs, like, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen when this is your competition. Like, this is your competition, which is robots, led by very intelligent people with a very developed manufacturing base. Because, like, a place like this, it takes billions of dollars and years and years and years to create. It's not something that you make overnight. This is something else. I'm genuinely impressed. Alright guys, so here we are in one of the most famous tourist attractions here in Qingdao, the Qingdao Beer Museum. Even though, if you just look at how it's spelled, it's Tsingtao, right? Like, this is the most common beer that we have, you know, in North America that's from China, but it's actually pronounced Qingdao. It's kind of similar to the whole, like, Peking, Beijing pronunciation that initially, with Westerners coming to China, they had, like, the Webster way of pronouncing the different Chinese characters, where over time it got changed, thus the pronunciation was changed. So here in Qingdao, this is Qingdao beer. As I had mentioned to you earlier, Qingdao had a period of being colonized by Germany, and one of the businesses that came of that was Qingdao Brewery, that was founded in 1903. This was China's first brewery factory that was built with European technology, but quickly became an integral part of Chinese pop culture. Now valued at over 240 billion RMB, the brand is China's leading beer brand for over 20 consecutive years. I would definitely recommend touring their museum if you are a beer lover, because it gives you a great breakdown of the brand's history, it shows you how the beer is made, and most important, you can do a specialty tasting of Qingdao beer that's not always available overseas. Cheers! Cheers. Alright, so far I've really mainly liked the Pilsner, because it would be like my kind of light beer, but we finally got into what I think will be my favorite, which is the IPA. If you don't know, IPA stands for India Pale Ale, and it is just like a much hoppier sort of flavor generally. Yeah, that is 100% my favorite. That is so good. Well, friends, I am back at my hotel, and this more or less concludes this wonderful press tour that I have done with the Embassy of China in Canada. We will all be flying back to Shanghai tomorrow, and the majority of the group will be heading back to Canada. But a few of us are staying in China a little bit longer to do our own thing. So it's not the end of my, China content just yet. But I did really want to say a huge thank you to, everybody from the embassy, especially Yang, for making this all happen, and all of our amazing hosts that we had here in all the different cities we visited. I can't even begin to explain to you guys how above and beyond everybody on this trip went to make us feel incredibly welcome, to answer so many of our questions, to show us, different places and see different industries that we would never have insight to on our own as a tourist. And I'm incredibly grateful that I get to share it with you guys. So a big thank you to everyone who made this happen, because, I'll be honest, at first I wasn't really sure what to expect. And as I'm sure there's plenty of people in the comments who think that, this is some kind of propaganda trip, or, they're telling me what to say. But, if you watch this channel long enough, I think you know that I do give my honest opinion when I visit places. And I was in China, on my own dollar by myself when I first came here. And I think you guys could see that I really, enjoyed traveling this country. So I hope you guys enjoyed my videos about China. I hope it gave some different perspectives than maybe just the other regular kind of tourist stuff that is out there, because obviously, the videos that I did touched on more than just the tourist kind of industries here. So I hope you guys found that interesting, and I hope that maybe it inspired you to consider putting China on your travel list, because this is definitely a country that is on a very, very impressive trajectory. And I don't think you can quite understand the level that it's at until you actually come here yourself. As much as I'd like to think I've shown you guys quite a bit in my videos, it really is something else to come here yourself. So I hope you guys will, and thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I'm sending you so much love. Keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.